Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Invest. Folks, I hope you're having a good day. And today I want to follow up with, obviously, we have some Fallout news with Magic the Gathering and good old Wizards of the West Coast who never does anything wrong. And a lot more positivity continues to flow today because under the announcement that shocked everybody was not the release and the artwork. It's kind of all what we expected. And again, I am a huge Fallout fan. I don't know how many Fallouts with the original one on the old PC back in the day. Dude, I played Fallout from teenage years to college years. Many different versions. I even have friends that still play the mobile Fallout little games and little, what was it, like little floors or something. They play all, Fallout's a huge franchise. I mean, it's not Lord of the Rings huge, but I'd put it towards the franchise level, maybe with different clientele and customer bases like Doctor Who. Yeah, if you haven't heard, Fallout is only going to have commander decks and collector boxes. So it does, once again, I know being positive and trying to be optimistic isn't the cool thing to do, and I know people get thumbs down and angry when I'm not, ranting and negative and the world's ending. But just collector boxes. One little release. Make collector boxes collectible again. Otherwise, they're just, what do we send them? Kitty cats. It's CCGs, collectible. With one little wave, kind of like Doctor Who, it works. And with Fallout Commander decks, that works. People can experience it and enjoy kind of that pre-designed experience and pre-constructed fun of their friends. There's no draft set, none of these other variants and things. Just two little product lines is exactly all the market needs. And if they stick with that, I think this is a sustainable path for Universes Beyond. And I'm still not even a huge Universes Beyond fan. I'm still not a huge fan of it. I recognize the success of it. For example, I know you all know, coming up in like, what, a month? Maybe 3 to 6 weeks from now, we do have the Lord of the Rings Special Edition big launch. It's just collector boxes, but with really cool art and different versions of cards and, and new serialized cards and things like that. I think it's going to be incredibly successful. Again, there's not a bunch of new draft and set. There's not all these new, I don't even think there's new commander decks. Do they have a new jump starts or they don't have any of that. Just revisiting Lord of the Rings with a different style of art, with new limited cards and serialized things. If it's like Doctor Who, or honestly, hopefully it's a little bit more printed than Doctor Who. Doctor Who was really tight printed, but that's all it needed for that IP. That franchise, that's all it needed. And I think Fallout's going to be the same way. And I think the Special Edition Lord of the Rings are going to do really well. And as long as they're not printed to oblivion, which I don't think they're going to with these IPs, they're going to be... Wizards actually cares about the other companies. Anybody notice that? I think that's a sustainable path. I really do. Now, obviously, on the news of draft boxes are dead, set boxes are dead, the new superhuman with all their powers combined is rising to make sure that we all pay more money. Yes, let's be honest about it. Wizards created a problem by making more products. Their solution is they created an additional brand new product, and all along the way, we all kept climbing the staircase of higher prices. So, obviously, everybody knows it's a way for Wizards to raise prices. And now they're going to streamline less SKUs and product lines so that they can manage and make the margins healthier. We all know that. Nobody's arguing against that. What everyone's questioning is it really going to be a big game changer? I've told you all, like in the patrons and everything, in the last few days and what we've been talking about on this channel, I've had a huge uptick in demand for standard Magic boxes. And it just, on the announcement that these new play boxes are going to all be way over $100, suddenly there are smart people out there, not like me, who actually step back and say, well, wait a second. If every new regular box is like $120 to $150, aren't like the $80, $90, aren't like $90 boxes now really underpriced? And like 5 years from now, when everyone's used to these $130, $140 prices for regular play boxes, dude, what about all these $70, $80, $90, $100 boxes now? Not only are they going to be out of print and old, but the price point discrepancy, that swing of readjusting the market to a higher price point is going to be a big deal. That's going to be a big deal. So that's kind of what's been a really interesting thing. And I don't know if that's going to hold true. Historically, when companies have big price increases, happens in Lego, happens in video games and special editions of video games. It happens in toys. It happens in most markets, clothing lines, specialty brands and fashion. Everything operates the same way. And once price points are set at a certain level, things from 5 years ago, we're going to look back and be like, oh my God. Do you remember when Rudy sold $89 draft boxes? Pepperidge Farm remembers. You know, the reason I say this is because people now, I still have you all commenting in patrons messaging saying, I remember when Rudy sold $79 draft boxes. I remember when I bought a case of this Kaladesh from '79 from Rudy. You know, not a good example because Kaladesh actually did well. Eldritch Moon. Wait, that did good. Shadows over it. No, that did good too. Shit. Dragon's Maze. Did I sell Dragon's Maze? No. You get the idea. The point is, by comparison, that whole relativity theory, things feel different when prices become relatively in different ranges. You will reflect upon the old ranges and you will think to yourself, that wasn't part of the video. I just coughed on my own saliva. You guys ever have that happen? That's what she said? Yeah, it happens. The point is, people are going to reflect on it and realize how good of an opportunity this was. And that's what people are talking about. The problem is we happen to be in this one moment in time with high interest rates. The economy is just rough. There's problems and wars and drama and political stuff. It's just a rough, volatile, emotional, a lot of swings in all markets. I mean, every day, you look at the stock market, it's swinging hundreds of points every day. Crypto is swinging up and down every day. Interest rates are so high, real estate is just getting clobbered here in Florida. I mean, prices are getting cut nonstop on Zillow. I look at on Zillow and these houses, I'm like, every 3 days, it's cut. You know, things are shifting. But I admit, when I look at things, like, you know, I look at Infinity boxes or Streets of Barry Manilow. I look at some, even Crimson Vow, and I'm like, in 5 years, when everyone's used to like $150 play boxes, is Infinity at like, you know, in like the 80s? Is that still a bad deal? I still love Streets. Like, I think the Mafia thing and the Triomes, I still love it. You know, and I still look at these things, I'm like, it's a weird situation. You know, I try to reflect and think about what different bear markets when Flesh and Blood went through. I think about like the Pokemon XY era, when I got stuck with all those old Pokemon boxes, and, you know, what could I have learned and understood from those situations? And, you know, no matter how much effort we all think about it, we talk about it, you listen to me, you listen to your wife's boyfriend on Saturdays, there is no quick shortcut or get rich quick. There's nothing special that I have or you all have, but we just got to figure it out and navigate it and just pay attention and try to take any breadcrumbs and hints and try to use that information in the market to try to make the best decisions we can in the moment. That's all we can do, you know? And, you know, it's very difficult for anyone to say, well, Rudy, why should I even buy, I don't know, what's the example, Infinity or Crimson Vow? I don't know why I'm picking on those. Brothers War, March of the Machine? Why should I buy any of these? You know, why should I buy these boxes? You know, why I want to just, dude, lock it, throw it in the bank and get 5% for free. You know, that is a strong argument because, again, my goal every year for myself and family and wealth management is always 5 to 8% a year. I've said that for the last 8 years on YouTube. And now with a risk-free rate being 5%, well, it's not very hard to hit those numbers. And I know some of you are saying, well, with inflation, you know, 69%, Rudy just loses money every year. And yeah, that is technically the truth. So that's really where I stand on things right now. I mostly just want to tell you all that I'm happy and impressed that WotC is sticking with only a little batch of collectors and a commander deck for Fallout. That's a really healthy, good direction. It almost feels like they're, hold on a second. It almost feels like they're trying to make cards collectible again. I'm not sure. Because when I was having dinner at Chick-fil-A the other night, the receipt said game pieces. So I'm not really sure. I just wanted to whisper that at the end. So folks, that's all I have. Other than that, coming up here, dramatic, ridiculous Weiss release this weekend, Azure Lane. People are going crazy. I've been getting more messages on this Weiss set than I've been getting since probably HoloLive. It's probably going to sell out like crazy. And then yes, folks, next week we're mostly going to be talking about this launch of Sorcery Beta. It is here. It's coming to market. I'm revealing the nude promo card. And yeah, we are 7 days away from the Rudy beta launch, the reveal of the promo and the nude card. And it's probably going to be pretty wild. I'm trying to make bundles and everything, trying to keep it kind of like an MSRP kind of thing. And we're trying to see if we can get, you know, like 3 booster boxes instead of 2 per kit. Get a nice little starter pre-constructed brick, you know, a nice triple booster box with the playmats, and we're trying to make a really nice thing. And of course, I'll only overcharge you all by, charging $10,000 a piece. But I'm most likely going to keep the limit at 1. I've been thinking about maybe the limit of 2 instead of 1 for patrons because of the fact that a lot of people want it and just the economic situation is so weak. A lot of people aren't going to be able to buy it, and I'm on the fence about the whole thing. But we do have that big sorcery coming up in a few days, next week. And yeah, besides that, that's all I got. Have a beautiful day.